Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a while since you've seen us do a video, mainly me because I've been busy. Because we were supposed to do this video like 2 to 3 weeks ago, but life got in the way. But I'm Owen Finch, and
Yeah,
I'm with.
AJ Talent, and this is our review of season 4. But before that, Owen, would you like to say anything?
So I have a special announcement. Because we didn't announce it in the channel update video because I didn't know about it then. But I was going through my video manager on this channel, and currently right now, I'm on 351 videos, and after we do this video, and then the next video we're gonna do, we'll be at 353. Um, so we're slowly approaching 400 videos on this channel, which is very exciting for us.
Yeah, we'll make a little special video about that. Won't be any tribute videos though, because this guy just got done editing a tribute video for like a month.
Yeah.
2000s video on Wrestling Fortune 44.
Yep, definitely go watch it. I'll post the links for it because I had to make it two parts because YouTube thought it was too long. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna post the links to that in the description box below. But onwards to this video. So we're doing season 4 of Red versus Blue, and we have to say that we actually did this season right because it actually took us like 3 sit-ins to watch this season, which we were kind of proud of.
That's good. You have to figure it's a season. That's pretty long.
Yeah.
Other seasons, this is probably the shortest time it's taken to finish the season.
Yeah, because season one, we watched the first episode and then we didn't do any videos for a while, and then when we started doing videos again, I think because it was around Christmas time and Thanksgiving, and it took us a while. But then season 2, we had so many other projects going at the time. We, sat through it in like months.
Yeah, I know, right? We really spread that one out. But
that's why
we learned from that mistake in season 3 and season 4. We got done pretty short.
Yeah, I think season 4 took a less sit-in because it wasn't as long as season 3. I think
it was the shortest season so far.
And I think too that was the time like you weren't busy and I wasn't busy, so it worked.
Yeah, that also worked. Also, the season we'll say now is probably the funniest season so far.
Yep. This season came out between August 29th, 2015 and April 1st, 2016.
No.
What happened?
This video came out. The season came out when I was like 6, dude.
Yeah, well, it says here August 29th, 2005 and April 1st.
You said 2016.
Oh, my bad. That's a long.
I was going to say, Owen, what year do you think it is?
I read it one. Yeah, because that's a long time to spread out a season. Like.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, man. Fucking took 10 years to finish this? Holy shit.
All right, so I'll do it again. So this season came out between the dates of August 29th, 2005 and April 1st, 2006.
There you go.
So, yeah, there you go. And obviously you can do the math of, everything else. If there's a mid-season finale, then we're not going to help you. So, because like I said, if we read the dates of when every episode came out, we'd be here all day.
So, we're not going to do that.
So, yeah, let's talk about, this season. A lot of this review is mainly just going to be us listing off jokes and stuff that happened in this season.
Because this season really didn't have a whole lot of plot.
Yeah. The episode, like I said, we're not, and plus two, when we do this review, we're not going to do everything chronologically because,
Yeah, we're going to skip around a bit. But anyway, the season picks up right where season 3 left off, which is, it's a little weird, but like it's not bad.
Yeah. Pretty much we find out that alien that was creeping up behind Church killed him. And basically
killed him again, basically.
Yeah, because pretty much this is like the first joke. Church is trying to like tell everybody like what happened, and it's like showing flashbacks of it, but like everyone's like cut it in and interrupted him like consistently. And
and when they interrupt, they actually show up in the flashback, and I think that's pretty funny.
But it's not like like one of those things like it's where it's stupid where they can actually like see the flashback because that would have been like kind of stupid. But like they're just talking like wherever he is.
Yeah.
Out
like
of the
like Church is about to reveal like what the alien looks like because we haven't actually like seen what the alien looks like. We just see it like in the background or like its arm.
Yeah, and every time he goes to like reveal it, he gets interrupted.
Yeah.
So and like I said, I like that like Red versus Blue like does this like where they'll find a comedic way to kind of recap everybody because you gotta remember this was before. I mean, Netflix actually was kind of out at this time, but it's not like it was just
it wasn't like as widespread as it is now. Like this was like still the era of blockbuster type of thing.
Yeah. So, you know, and you could have watched shows at the time. So basically they just recapped everybody what happened. And I like the creative ways they do it. But it's nice and comedic. So, pretty much what they decide to do is they're gonna go investigate to see what this alien is. Tucker, Caboose, and Church. Like Church too doesn't have a body right now, pretty much, because his leg got destroyed. And they do another funny joke where they're gonna rush in, and
they're like, here we go, and then like no one wants to go in.
Yep. Which is funny. I also think that was like a video game kind of reference sometimes too, because sometimes like you go to rush in and like the video game like character you're playing as would just stand there for a while. Like
like lag. That's pretty funny. I didn't even think of that. And also I feel like this season did a really good job giving Tucker and Simmons their personalities now.
Yeah, because like in the first 3 seasons they were kind of not really. They were just kind of side characters.
They're the only ones left who like didn't have a personality. So now I feel like everyone has like a good.
Yeah, because like they were like side characters in the first 3 seasons, pretty much.
And honestly, now it's like Tucker and Simmons are like the main character of the season,
which is weird. Because Tucker now basically a lot of his jokes are pervert jokes. And we'll get into Simmons later.
We're gonna go over all the blue team stuff up until the quest.
Yeah,
and then we'll talk about the team stuff.
So then Tex tries to go in there and basically just gets her ass kicked right away, and everyone goes to make fun of her for it, but it's Tex. You don't want to mess with Tex, so
so like, all right, we're gonna go in. They go in, and as soon as they see the alien, they just start freaking out and shooting everywhere, and then run away.
Yeah. So then they eventually like come up with a plan where pretty much
they're gonna send like Caboose in as bait.
Yeah. And then Andy then we see Church talking to the computer first. That happens first. And this is a funny joke because the computer's like, since it was made by the aliens, are like racist, and the aliens are like racist towards humans. It's just making a bunch of like racist jokes towards humans.
Which I think is really funny. And like Church is like, he keeps calling humans shiznos, and just like, what's that? And it's what's the most foul-smelling animal on your planet? A skunk. Does a skunk like eat its own shit? No. Then there's no like correlation. There's no English term for it.
Yeah.
And it's just like a racist way to say human. And Church is like, can you like stop saying that because you say it so much? And he's like, I'll try, but thankfully I'm not lucky. I'm not lazy like a shizno type of.
Yeah. So
he's like he keeps like saying racist shit anyway.
Yeah. So pretty much
Gary's like my favorite, or one of my favorites.
Yeah. So Gary like reveals though like there's a reason that this alien is here, but we don't know like what the reason is. So, we find out that Andy can, well actually no, they first go to talk to the alien, and because they finally talk to him, and the alien.
Church and Tex get their bodies back, and they see the alien and Caboose are like talking, so the alien's being somewhat friendly now.
Yeah. And they can't like communicate with the alien, so they do like a bunch of jokes where they try to communicate with him. Like at first they know like one word that he said, so they like think like they're experts at like communicating with aliens now and stuff, and they try to teach like human like the human language. But like they don't even know what the alien language is, so how could they teach them like what it is?
Yeah. Oh, and I like how I missed it the first time I watched it, but in the background there's a whiteboard where the aliens they're trying to teach alien English. Yeah. And it says it says Tucker money, give Tucker money. Like that's what they're trying to teach him.
Yep. So then what happens is we find out that Andy can communicate with he has like a translator in his like system, and he has he knows how to communicate with the alien pretty much. We also see too there's something that he has against it, that sword that Tucker found.
As soon as Tucker uses his sword, like the alien starts beating the shit out of him.
And that's a funny joke because he like beats the shit out of him for like several minutes.
Like they beat the shit out of him, then Tucker and then Church goes to talk to everyone else, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I left Tucker getting his ass beat by the alien."
Yeah,
it's fun. Even Tucker, he's like, "Ow, ow," like he's just like tired.
Then the alien communicates with Andy, and we should talk about too. Like we always liked Andy's character, but because I think we just like met Andy or something like the last season. But
Andy's character, he was only in it for like the last 20 minutes.
The Andy's character in this season's like quite great. Like he's basically like an asshole, and
he's like an asshole New Yorker, and I love it.
Yeah, and like nobody else can like do anything about it because he just threatens to blow him up pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like, the way that Tex like gets him to like agree to translate is because like she threatens to blow him up pretty much like with the detonator. So Andy's awesome. Like
Andy's great.
And think about it too. Like only Red versus Blue or a talking bomb is okay. Like that, no one else.
And we also kind of find out that they don't really say it, but like it's implied that like they thought Caboose was the Great Destroyer, but now it's like we assume it like the alien is a Great Destroyer.
Yeah.
Because he's saying like if Tucker doesn't go on this quest with him, he'll kill everyone and blow up the building.
Yeah, pretty much. Because at first they're not like Tucker's not even gonna go, and then when he says that, everyone like forces Tucker to go after this.
Yeah, pretty much. And actually, when they're on the beach, Church like forces Caboose to go with Tucker, and Tucker's like, "No, I don't want to go with Caboose." And Church is like, "Too bad, I don't want to deal with him."
And then he like pulls Tucker aside, like as if he's gonna give like a motivational speech. But pretty much all he doesn't really have anything to say.
He keeps trying to say something, and then Tucker's like keeps giving him shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Church is like, "All right, I don't care, just go die."
Yeah. And then they do a funny thing where he talks to Tex saying like, "I'm surprised you don't want to go on this quest because there could be like some treasure at the end of it." So then we don't hear Tex, and the camera like pans over to like where Tex was standing. We see that she's not there anymore, and Chuck's like, "I should have seen that one coming." Like that's nice comedic.
That was pretty funny. You can see it coming, but it was still funny.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird that like Church was like the main character last season, and now it's like this season he didn't really do much, which I think that was kind
of. We should talk about too like what was good about this season. Like even though you knew what the joke was and when it was coming, they did it in such a way where it was still funny. Like.
Oh yeah. So anyway, the Blues, or most of the Blues, the alien and the bomb, are going on this quest with the sword. And meanwhile, back in Blood Gulch...
Yeah, why don't you talk about... I'll let you talk about that.
Griff is standing on a cliff screaming no, because he hates being back in this fucking canyon.
Yeah.
No one likes being there, but they're just always there.
Yeah.
Everyone starts shooting at Griff, but Sarge is like, "Oh no, I'm going to shoot the most, because I hate Griff the most."
Yep.
So Griff finally comes down, and they're just kind of like trying to figure out what's going on, because this is like apparently like 1,000 years has passed.
Yeah.
But Simmons sees the tank, the Sheila go by, but no one else does, so everyone thinks he's like a nut job. So he kind of runs off to do his own thing.
And they even do like a funny joke too, like where Sarge sees it at one point and he's like, "Nah, you're just crazy." Like.
Yeah, I know, right? He's like, "Oh god, the craziness spread." Well, actually, everyone except Sarge saw it. Just no one wanted to back Simmons up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, continue though.
Oh yeah, and well, Simmons gets fired basically from the number 2 position, and so they decide to have a talent show to see who will be the new replacement Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh, and when Simmons gets fired, we find out his full name is Richard Simmons.
Yeah. And it's funny because you know, I think they make the joke because no one really has the name Richard anymore. So because
they just call him like Dick Simmons. It's not really like a joke. That's just like what they call him.
Yeah, and we made because we noticed no one in our generation would have that name anymore. Really has that name anymore.
Yeah, everyone. If your name's Richard, they probably call you Dick.
Yeah. But I think it's generational because I think back then Dick wasn't thought of what it is now. So anyhow, so we should talk about the funny thing about is in this talent show, Donut's going up against basically inanimate objects and is still losing.
Yeah. And Sarge keeps saying Griff is ineligible, but whenever Griff says I don't care, he says you're in last place.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, I'm ineligible, right? It's like, no, you're ineligible to win. You can still be in last place.
Yeah. So.
And he ranks him as 5th place, even though there's only 3 other contestants to say I don't know, there's a piece of shit that's probably better than you.
Yeah, it's funny. Great. It's quite great stuff.
Yeah. No. So basically, Simmons and Griff are getting the shit into the stick.
Yeah. And then Simmons, sees Sheila. She doesn't call herself Sheila because she doesn't remember who she is because all the computer bases got lost.
Got, screwed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she doesn't even remember who they were fighting.
Yeah.
Simmons kind of uses that because he doesn't want to get killed by Sheila.
Yeah. So he disguises himself as a blue, and basically because he's upset with the Reds that they
tries to kill him basically.
And it's funny because anytime he would shout kill him or something like that, he would accidentally say kill the Blues. And then he's like, oh wait, I mean the Reds.
Yeah, I know, because he's so used to saying suck it blue.
Yeah, kind of like that funny Nickelodeon or Disney Channel kid show. Anytime they try to pretend that lie or pretend they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing, they'll accidentally fuck up and admit the truth, and then it goes over the person's head they admit it to.
Yeah, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, but eventually Simmons gets more depressed and decides to leave, go back to Blue Base.
Yeah.
But he takes Griff prisoner.
Yep. And it's funny too because Griff keeps going up the transporter because he tries and because Simmons sucks at basically he's supposed. They make fun. They use this to make fun of anytime someone's taking someone prisoner in a movie or something. How they typically yell at you saying keep moving. And anytime Griff goes like I said.
Oh yeah, Simmons pushes him down a hole, but the hole just pushes him back up.
Yeah, so it's sort of a transporter type of thing.
And eventually Griff just keeps jumping down the hole to go back up because it's fun.
Yeah.
And then him and Simmons just start having a conversation.
Because I bet
Simmons just really bad at this.
Because I feel to that kind of because a lot of people who play the Halo games and stuff do that anyways, so it's kind of making fun of that too in a sense what Griff is doing. So then we have the quest. So pretty much when we watched this, if you went and watched it back, we really should have realized that it was a trap because they were supposed to go kill this alien that was impossible to beat, but he's already dead when they get there.
Yeah, and they were that's a cow.
Yeah. So and the alien never shows up. So then they we find out too that the alien's being really weird towards Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker's saying every time I wake up, it's hovering over me while I'm sleeping.
Yeah, so that's important. So they go to this base.
Well, they're in a swamp at first, and then they find out they jump Tex, who has been following them.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was not much happened there, but anyway, Tex is with the group now.
And then they go to this base that has all those Reds that were in that video game.
Oh yeah, all the other Reds and Blues, because we saw that one Red in season 3 got teleported with them, and he got killed by Tucker.
Yeah.
So like this is all like the rest of his friends.
And pretty much Tex goes to jump them pretty much. And this is funny because Tex jumps one of them and is like continuously beating the crap out of him.
Like, she tries to knock him out, but like it doesn't knock him out, so she keeps like shooting him and like being super loud.
And there's another funny bit where Caboose like he said Tex said we have to be quiet, and Tucker's just like, well, all the way like because they're like far away from the building. It's like there's no way they're gonna be able to hear us. And one of the people like says, "Did you hear something?" It's like shit. Like
I know, right? So it's one of those jokes where like you can see it coming. Like all right, Tex is being loud, no one hears it. Tucker's super quiet, they hear him. Like you see it coming, but it's still really funny.
Yeah.
I like how like when Tex is like killing one of their buddies, one of the other group of people is just like, so did you see that sports game last night?
Yeah, right.
Like just talking about like stupid shit like that.
Because it's like because if you're in an Xbox Live match, you're obviously going to talk about that type of stuff. Because they probably think too like Tex is part of the game.
Probably.
Yeah. But then we find out that the sword was a key. And
so Tucker unlocks it, and it opens up a gate where an alien spaceship was being held.
And the alien goes into the spaceship, and we find out
everyone's like confused because the alien said like there's no reward at the end.
Yeah. So then we find out
the alien was just like a big liar.
Yeah, and Tex is pissed because she wanted a reward, so she orders and Andy like they do a joke where like he kind of knew about this, but like he didn't really know like what the alien was talking about and stuff like that. Like he knew like this was all a trap, pretty much.
Andy doesn't really like any of them. But Tex is like, you tell the alien to bring the ship down right now, and then the ship gets shot down, and then Andy's like, so you want me to still tell him because I think it's down.
Yeah.
Or like he's like, I think it's dead. So alien just got blown up by
Wyoming. We should talk about
Wyoming's alive, which we kind of figured because everyone else is alive.
Yeah, and especially too because we didn't like see him like die or anything like that. So
yeah, the explosion went off, and then he's just somewhere.
Yeah, we should talk about though like. Even though like we knew that joke coming was like you wanted the alien ship down, like I said, it was still funny, and the way like Andy said this line was just absolutely.
Oh yeah, I like how Andy was like laughing while he said it. Andy is such an asshole, and I love it.
But Wyoming shoots the ship down, and basically takes off, and Tex goes after him, and we don't see Tex for the rest of the season. So
yeah, and I told Owen already, but this leads into Out of Mind, the miniseries that takes place like alongside the rest of season 4.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what happens to Tex in Wyoming, and pretty much everyone else just realizes that this quest was like an epic fail, so they just go back to Blood Gulch.
Yeah, I like how Tucker's like, so should we like keep going or give up? No, he's like, should we keep going or like say it failed? Or should we just give up and go home? And then he hears like the alarm go off again. Because like whenever the alarm goes off, like all the reds and blues like come back to life.
Yeah.
So he hears the alarm. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, we're going.
Yep.
So I like how they went on this big quest and they just said fuck it and gave up.
Yeah, right. It's awesome. So then meanwhile, what happens back at Blood Gulch? You could talk about that.
Oh yeah, Sergeant Donut rescued Griff by knocking him out and throwing him in the Jeep.
Yeah.
And then Sarge's about to kill Simmons because he's a traitor. But then Church shows back up at Blood Gulch and knocks Sarge out.
Yep. And basically
and we assume Church doesn't recognize Simmons because he's dressed as like a blue.
So he thinks he's a Wookiee, like a new recruit. So Simmons plays along, and basically they and also too we overhear because Church is telling him like basically like what the deal is with this basically what happens.
Give him like the rundown, and that he calls command, and then we see Vic is alive, but it's not Vic. It's Vic's great grandson, Vic Jr.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
So we think, because later on we find out something else.
Yeah. But it makes no sense though, because why would your great like grandson be Vic Jr.? It makes no sense.
Yeah, like they wouldn't even know who Vic was, because it's so far in the future.
Yeah. So they allow the Reds to go back to their base.
Yeah, and I like how they're like telling Donut, like, just say you rescued him, get yourself a medal, that type of thing.
Yeah, and
they say like Donut's like, you're leaving us out here in the middle of nowhere, we'll die. And then Church is like, you could have just like walked them back in the time that you've been talking to us.
Yeah.
While Donut's like being all dramatic, saying like, you left us in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and Church and Simmons are like holding like like watching the Red base. And
by the way, the Blues like stole their warthog.
Yeah, and Church is basically like telling them everything about the Reds that he knows, and he's just basically like saying everything that's true, but especially too when he describes like Simmons, he just is giving like Simmons like a bunch of shit pretty much.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, that one guy, I don't know where he is, but like everyone hates him. They say he's a loser, and he's like he's a big crybaby. And then so Blue Simmons like gets sad and like storms off.
Yeah.
And Sheila's like, hey, that's like Simmons, right? And Church is like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So like they know the whole time that Simmons is like a Red. They just don't care.
Yeah. And then I think we jumped this after he goes in the base. That's when he calls Vic, but we just No,
I think that was before. Because like I remember Church like just knocked out Sarge, and then he called Vic.
I remember he calls him again though, and he like we hear like Vic like explain some type of like plan or something, or Vic Jr. I should say.
Oh no, that was with the Reds.
Oh okay. And
that's later. But anyway, Simmons basically just takes off. He goes back to the Reds, but we'll talk about that after, because Tucker, Caboose, and Andy come back to the base.
And basically they just tell Church like the mission was like a disaster, pretty much.
Yeah, Church is like, oh well, who would have thought?
Yeah.
Like he already kind of figured.
Yeah. Because Church is like the only one that's really smart of the whole out of everyone in the show. So
yeah, pretty much. Everyone else is kind of an idiot. Like Church is like, he sucks too. Like he's not good. He's not a good soldier, but like he's smarter than everyone else.
Yeah. We see that when Tucker goes back into the blue base, we hear that he's getting sick, and we don't really know why, if he like ate something or if something happened. So they call Doc, who still has the O'Malley in him, and pretty much they call him over, and when
he and Lopez come back to Blood Gulch, and this is what I mean when Church is a bad soldier, because he tries to shoot him and he completely misses.
Yeah, he threatens to kill. He said it was just a warning shot. Says if you try anything. But then, I think like when him and like Tucker, him and Caboose have like a private conversations, as and pretty much like Church admits like he couldn't even get him if he even tried to get him. So
yeah, but he says to O'Malley that he's gonna check Tucker out, make sure he's all right, and he's gonna leave. So like they're calling a truce.
Yeah, but the O'Malley,
and then, like they all turned off the radio, so like Omega can't get into anyone else.
Yeah, and the Omega or O'Malley, same thing, but whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think O'Malley is like what he's called when he's like both of them.
Yeah. So the O'Malley wants something in return at a later date.
But he won't tell him. And he says, and he's like super over dramatic, like laughing, like, you won't know what I want, but it's pure evil and you'll hate it.
Yeah. But everyone's just kind of like nonchalant, don't really care about it. Like,
yeah, and then he's also like, oh, by the way, you're also gonna pay me like $20.
Yeah, and basically like says like all the things you would pay if you like had a doctor come visit you and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like, you fool, you shouldn't have paid me in cash. You should have paid me with a credit card. Then you could have gotten better credit. You fool, that type of
thing. It was quite.
And then Church just like takes $30 from Caboose.
Yeah.
So they need that.
Yeah, so it was quite great. So Doc checks out Tucker, and he's like, yeah, he's pregnant.
Yeah, and then and Church is like angry and pissed off. It's like, all right, that's not possible, so shut up.
Yeah.
And Caboose, you want to talk about Caboose?
He's never had the talk before, so he doesn't really know where babies come from. So I do like the scene like later, like when they go to check on like Tucker. They Church like says like I get you like a comic book or something later or something like that.
Yeah, he's like we'll sit down and read a book together, okay?
Yeah.
He's saying he'll give Caboose like the talk.
Yeah. And meanwhile, back at the Red base, Simmons is trying to like tell everyone about the message from the Blues and stuff like that. But Donut, since he's an idiot, thinks that Simmons is a Blue.
Yeah, he doesn't recognize Simmons, but like even Sarge knows that it's Simmons.
Yeah. But
like Sarge is like an idiot too, so
yeah.
That's
and another running joke that keeps happening too is anytime Simmons like kisses up to Sarge or anything like that, he thinks it's gonna be all good, and then Sarge would just say out of nowhere, "Traitor!" Like that's pretty.
And Simmons is like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
I also like how like Donut and Simmons keep talking about their feelings, and then Sarge is like, the next person to talk all is getting court-martialed, and then Griff says his feelings. Just so you can be like, all right, well, I'm out of here. See you losers later.
Yeah.
So Griff just wants to get kicked out, and I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah. So they're gonna have a trial for like Simmons, but they don't want to have a trial because they realize Donut's gonna wear like the short shorts, and he doesn't want. So they basically decide not to have a trial.
Yeah, and they actually have a flashback to like the Halo 1 engine, like the season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Where Donut was like hiding in Sarge's birthday cake.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty funny. Like he popped out in like a bikini and stuff.
Yeah, it was funny. Well, he didn't pop out, but then they asked like, "Where's Simmons?" No, where's Donut? And then they realized
like that's like implied what happened.
Yeah. So then they go to get the message. And they spot
Lopez is back in Blood Gulch with Doc.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go like get Lopez. Like because Lopez has like all their plans on it.
Yeah, and Lopez basically hates everyone too. He just,
Yeah. The voice actor for Lopez and Church are like the same.
Oh yeah, I think I knew that.
I was just saying that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
same with Sergeant Doc.
Actually, that one I didn't know because they don't sound the same at all. So, pretty much what happens is when they go to play the message from Vic, it's Spanish, which they make a joke doesn't make any sense because Vic doesn't speak Spanish. But I guess like it had something to do with like Lopez's like the way he was built. Like he just nothing that gets through.
Everything that comes at it from the Spanish, no matter what.
Yeah. And then I think doesn't sometimes though like he can speak English, but then like randomly he just can't one day or something like.
Well, I think the joke was like some words in English are like the same in Spanish, so whenever he says like a word that's like the same in English, everyone's like, "Ha, he's fake. He's speaking Spanish."
Yeah. So.
Oh, and but Donut, he took high school Spanish, so he's like trying to speak Spanish to Lopez.
Yeah.
So he's just saying like, "I ate a pencil. Do you know where the bathroom is?" Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as someone who took high school Spanish, I can relate like so bad.
I guess yeah. I didn't take high school Spanish, so I can't relate. So, I'm the odd man out. AJ and Donut would be talking about how much they hated high school Spanish, and I'd just be silent. So,
yeah. I'm surprised he didn't take it in college. That's like also a requirement.
I made it so it's not. I changed my major, and
yeah, right. You talked about that. You were supposed to, and then you changed it.
Yeah, I was like, nope, not happening. See ya.
I don't blame you.
Anyhow,
but Simmons also mentions that like it's Vic Jr., not Vic. But then Donut says, "Wait, Vic had a vasectomy, so that doesn't make any sense."
Yeah, so
maybe because that's true. Like in season 2, Vic mentions like he doesn't have any kids and he got like a vasectomy.
Yep. I mean,
so it's like a mystery going on with Vic. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, and AJ remembers that, but I forgot about it because we spread out season 2 so much. So there you go.
Also, I've rewatched the show like a million times.
Yeah. So then what happens is they spot Andy, and I think Simmons, because he's been with them, like realizes that Andy can talk and he can translate foreign languages. So
Griff makes a joke saying that, like, okay, so we're gonna steal our enemy's bomb that can be remotely detonated, and then huddle around it.
Yep. So they just go with it, and
sorry, before that, Church introduces O'Malley to the bomb, or Andy, and then Andy says kaboom, like to freak Doc out, like he keeps doing that.
Yep.
To make him think he's gonna blow up in his face.
Yeah, that was great. So Caboose is keeping go to the bomb, and Sarge sneaks in, and he makes some type of noise to distract Caboose, and then he grabs the bomb. Well, what's his name? The bombs.
Andy.
Andy, and Sarge talks about too how he made this genius plan up. Like, I pulled the old switcheroo. I switched Lopez with Andy, and then when he explains that plan out loud,
he realizes that was stupid because they need Lopez for the translation.
Yeah.
Caboose thinks that Andy became a real boy, like Pinocchio.
Yep. So he does.
But Lopez is just like, please kill me or bury me. Don't let them find me.
Yeah. So then Sarge pulls the switcheroo again, and switches out Lopez with a skeleton that was just found there, I guess.
Yeah. So he thinks Andy died.
Yeah. So they translate the message, and the message basically means nothing. It's just
all right, guys, bleak the blues, do good work, that kind of thing.
I kind of like that a lot. It was all this build up just for nothing.
And I like how Sarge is all depressed, and Griff is like, "Come on, threaten me. That'll cheer you up." And he's like, "I'm too tired to threaten you, but I'll kill you." Like that kind of thing. He says I'm all depressed, but he'll still do it anyway.
And then back at the blue base, Caboose comes in and tells Church that Andy died, and he's all depressed about it. And Church thinks this is stupid because it's a freaking bomb. Why would a bomb just turn into a skeleton out of nowhere? And then when Church explains the situation, when Caboose explains the situation, Church basically realizes the Reds kidnapped them, so he's like, "Wait here."
Yeah, so he charges after them with Sheila. Sheila pins them all behind a rock, by shooting the cannon at him.
Yeah.
But eventually, Caboose calls Church on the radio. No, well, before that, Church is screaming at the Reds, our worst enemy's at the base. My friend is pregnant. Caboose is crying, and he's screaming about all this. And Griff is just like, what was that about the pregnant guy?
Yeah, because that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, explain this crazy shit.
Yeah.
But Caboose calls Church on the radio, and Church is freaking out, hey, don't turn the radio on because Omega is gonna get into our heads.
Yeah.
But Caboose says that Omega's already gone, so Omega's left Doc. He's in someone else right now.
Yeah, we don't know who
it is. Also, Tucker had his kid.
Yep. So then the Reds call for backup, and Donna's like, "Well, when's the backup supposed to get here?" And the ship just falls on him.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's how the season ended.
Well, actually, he's even like, "But Sarge, we don't know when the ship's gonna be here. It could take days or weeks or even years," and then it just falls.
Yeah, because you knew that was coming too, but it was still great.
Oh, absolutely, and then it just kind of ends.
Yeah.
It kind of had the same problem with season 3, where it's just kind of it's a good cliffhanger, but not a season finale cliffhanger.
Yeah. But yeah, that was season 4, and everyone's wondering what plot was there. There was really no plot. It was just all comedy.
The only plot there was the quest, and even that, even Tucker's like, "Should we continue?" No, fuck it. Let's just go. we're done.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, if I was Tucker, I would have been like, "Fuck it too." Really,
he's like, "All right, this shit's getting old. I'm done."
Yeah. Yeah, this was I still thought a good season though. It was I feel like I liked season 3 more. But this, if you were to ask me, I still give it a B-. because it was like
yeah. What would you give season 3?
B minus.
Yeah, I feel like it's also like a B minus. Like season 3 is like a bit of a higher B minus, but like this is good.
Rather than explaining that to your parents when you get home, like when you get a test, like, hey, I got a B minus, like, well, and then you got like a higher B minus on another test, like,
like season 3 is like a B minus plus, and this is like a B minus minus, I guess.
I guess like what we're saying is this is like an 82 out of 100, and season 3, and season
like an 83 out of 100, I guess.
Yeah. So that's what we're saying.
Season 1 and 2.
Yeah,
but it was just there wasn't really a plot, but like it was just like so funny, you know.
Yeah, and
and like now all the characters like have personalities, which is really cool.
Yeah. So that's nice.
Doc is back because at the end of season 3, he just kind of like got his ass kicked by the alien, and then we didn't know what happened to him.
Yeah. But like I said, one of the problems is that, like, it ends on a cliffhanger that didn't feel like a season finale cliffhanger. So there's that.
Also, like the Reds weren't really doing much.
Yeah, and they did what you could say is because they have typically the Blues have a plot, but I feel like definitely in this season the Reds really weren't doing much. Like
and like Church didn't do much this season, but like Church was like the main character last season, so I feel like that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the review. Look, it took us less than an hour. It only took us like a little over 40 minutes. So
that's pretty good for us. I mean, it's still long-winded, but like less rambling from us, so that's pretty good.
We also have to say too, we've also been on a Skype call for like over an hour because Skype was like glitching out all over the place, and we were talking about that stuff. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We really have nothing left to talk about. We're gonna watch Out of Mind now. Which we're excited. I should say I'm excited about it. I don't know because AJ's already seen it. He can't be excited about something he already saw.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still happy you're gonna see it, so I'm excited. Yeah. But anyway, that is it, guys. We'll post that review either like today or tomorrow or something.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to plug or promote?
No, when I actually start uploading videos on my own channel, then I'll start plugging.
Again, go to Wrestling Fortune 44 and watch Video 2000 because watch it in intervals. Watch, it's gonna take. It's between the two posts. It's like a 17-hour video. I would say watch.
No one's gonna watch that straight through.
Yeah, I would say like watch an hour within 17 days. That's what I would say to do.
Or watch a half hour for what? Quick math, 31 days, right?
Yeah, like a month, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. Also, check out on the Talkinator channel. We're gonna be, doing some stuff on there. We're making a video on there. I think tomorrow. Depends on depending on. Actually, regardless, we're making a video on there tomorrow, no matter what it is. It's either gonna be season 1 Breaking Bad review or SpongeBob review. We don't know yet. So,
we'll figure it out. But anyway, that is it.
We'll talk to you guys
later. Bye.
Yeah.